How to create a cult-like following. Observance of the law.
Title:
The Mountain Doctor of Langnau. In the heart of the 18th century, whispers began to echo through Europe's elite circles. Whispers of a mysterious Swiss country doctor named Michael Schuppak. He wasn't like the others. While most physicians relied on foul-tasting potions and cryptic Latin diagnoses, Schuppak practiced a different kind of medicine, one that harnessed the power of nature itself. Soon, the curious and the desperate alike made the long and winding journey to the alpine village of Langnau, nestled in the Swiss mountains. Their ailments varied from the trivial to the grave, but they all shared one hope, that this so-called mountain doctor might heal what other doctors could not. As they trudged through the dramatic Swiss landscape, many found themselves already changing. The pure mountain air, the stunning views, the silence. It was as though nature itself had begun to work its magic before they even arrived. At the heart of Langnau stood Schuppak's modest pharmacy, a small room overflowing with life and energy. Bottles of all colors lined the walls, each filled with sweet-scented herbal elixirs bearing poetic names: the oil of joy, Little Flower's Heart, and Against the Monster. Gone were the bitter draughts of city doctors. Here, healing tasted like hope. Inside, the scene was almost theatrical. People from every corner of Europe crowded the room. Each day, messengers brought over 80 samples of urine, carefully labeled and sent from afar. Schuppak would study them closely, claiming he could diagnose any illness just by observing the urine and reading a written description. And when he finally had a spare moment, he'd call a visitor into his office. Holding their sample to the light, he'd speak of how country folk, people like him, could read nature's signs in ways city dwellers had forgotten. The consultation would end not only with a cure but with advice on how to realign one's soul with the rhythms of nature. His treatments, though unconventional, were legendary. Schuppak believed even in electric shock therapy, which, he argued, was simply mimicking the natural force of lightning. One man claimed he was possessed by 7 devils. As the doctor applied electric shocks, he shouted that he could see the demons leaving, one by one. Then there was the man who claimed to have swallowed a hay wagon and its driver. Schuppak listened without flinching, then gave him a sedative and purgative. While the man slept in a chair outside, Schuppak arranged for a real hay wagon to pass by at just the right moment. When the man awoke and vomited, hearing the wagon's whip crack nearby, he was convinced the wagon had left his body. He stood, relieved, amazed, and cured. As the years passed, Schuppak's legend only grew. The famous and powerful made pilgrimages to Langnau. Even Goethe sought his counsel. But beyond medicine, what truly captivated people was the world Schuppak had created, a fusion of natural healing, entertainment, and wonder. Visitors played cards, watched ballets, attended concerts, and dined in the midst of nature. As one professor noted, the freedom of nature is everywhere united with the pleasures of the beau monde. Even if Schuppak couldn't cure every illness, he could soothe the soul, lift the spirits, and banish hypochondria. In an age dominated by rigid science and bitter medicines, Michael Schuppak reminded people of something deeper, that healing could be beautiful, nature could be wise, and belief, in the right hands, could be powerful medicine.